Okay, this is going to be a review of the Matrix keyboard, and I will plug it in for RGB, and then I'll go over the overview of the keyboard, and I'll talk about everything else. So the RGB is just normal RGB. It's bright, everything. This keyboard comes in at $105, and it is hot swappable, so you can interchange the switches. Like here, I have alpaca switches, and then here, I have these speed silver switches that came with them. So you can take them out, you can do whatever. See? And there we go. And then I can just put them back in. And then I can just put the keycap back on. So it's that simple. That is very handy because you can test whatever switches you want. You can do whatever. But going off that, the switches that come with this are Gateron speed silver switches, which are exclusive to Matrix keyboard. You can get cherry speed silvers, and I've noticed these speed silvers from Gateron are much smoother than cherry speed silvers. I still do prefer Gateron reds and Gateron browns, just because these have a little bit of spring ping. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. I don't know what to tell you. Basically, it's just ping that comes from the spring of the switch. But I think these switches would be extremely nice lubed, but nobody cares about lubing them if you just want this for gaming. The keycaps that come with this keyboard are white Matrix keycaps. They're the exact same quality as these keycaps, not these keycaps. These were just showing what these switches are on. And then I'm going to talk about why I have this here in a second. They are the best shine through keycaps I've ever used. Even the stock ones, because they're the same quality as these. I just have a different colorway that they sell. These are Matrix Joker keycaps, and then I have Matrix Vice City keycaps. Extremely nice. And then here I have an Alias switch. That is a silent switch. So I customized it, and I am going to put more alpacas on this keyboard after I get done with this video. But now I'm going to go into the stabilizers. And then I'm going to talk about the GK61 a little bit after this. So I'm going to go into the stabilizers. This is I did slightly lube the stock stabilizers. The Enter is a stock stabilizer. I clipped them, and I slightly lubed them. The top is an Everglide stabilizer that is about lubed as the same amount as this, and they are clipped. So this is stock. Okay, so I think we can all agree the Everglide stabilizer does sound a little bit better, but because this is a hot swap keyboard, you can change out the stabilizers very easily. All you have to do is take the keycap off, take the switch out, and then there's going to be little tabs on the stabilizer. You pull up, and you get your replacement stabilizers, lube them, do whatever you want, and then put them in. There's tutorials all over YouTube. They're extremely easy to replace, so that shouldn't be a deciding factor. As I said, this is hot swappable, so you can put whatever switches you want in it. The build quality of the keyboard is extremely nice. A lot of people say this is like the GK61, and I wanted to point this out. They use the same case as the GK61. The same case as in it's just a plastic case. This is a case a lot of companies use. The plate on a Matrix keyboard and the PCB are different than GK61. I wanted to point that out. They are different. And Matrix keyboard does sound a little bit less hollow, and it sounds more like full. So think of it as like a premium GK61, like just the plus version. And it does come in at like $40 more, but the keycaps Matrix uses are $45 keycaps. So yeah, that they just literally put on your keyboard. So yeah, and Matrix is one of the nicest companies. If you go on their website, I will leave a link in the description. They have space bars. Their keyboard, they're gonna start selling switch packs. They have mouse pads, which are actually probably really nice. I actually have one. They're extremely nice. And they have a bunch of stuff. But yeah. So is it worth it? I would say this is worth it. Because I feel like this is more of a brand keyboard where you're really supporting the brand. Like, yeah, you could just get a GK61 and just mod it. Fully modded, I think these two would sound almost the same, but I still don't like optical switches at all. So, and you would be spending basically the exact same amount on keycaps. So, I mean, like, there's really no point. And the company is so nice. They do have another keyboard coming out, the Sector 4, which is more of a consumer keyboard. Not really, it's geared towards gaming, but at the same time, it's really not. It's more of like a premium keyboard. So yeah, I would say this keyboard is definitely worth it. I didn't want to make this video extremely long because there's really nothing to talk about with it. But it is just a fine keyboard. It's just, fine. If I would recommend putting foam in it and lubing the stabilizers. But yeah, it is a very good keyboard and I would recommend it. Peace.